Hello again. I just wanted to give you guys an update on the cuttings I took of my Monstera albo off the mother plant. So I decided to put one in sphagnum moss, which is right here. And honestly, this one hasn't grown. I think there's one little sprout of new root right there. And then the other one I decided to put in Perlite, and look at all that growth right there. Yeah, so I just wanted to check on it to see how it was doing and then give you guys an update too. And I also decided I am gonna stick this one in Perlite as well, because this one actually had more roots than this one. And as you can see the difference in both. The one in Perlite definitely has a ton more growth, so I'm super excited about that. So this one here is going to go back in its Perlite, and this one here I'm going to take out of the sphagnum moss and I am going to use Perlite instead. I am liking this Perlite more and more. So once again, I have Perlite that I moisten, but it's not soaking wet. If I wring it, there's no water coming out, but it's definitely moist because it's sticking to my hand. So I'm just gonna fill the bottom up and make a huge mess. This plant room of mine is starting to drive me crazy because it's kind of a mess. I've got plants all over the place. I just need to reorganize in here. So that's what I'm gonna do after this. So I'm gonna stick this. I'm gonna take as much of the moss off as possible. Yeah, this one only has one tiny little new root that grew. I'm kind of doing an experiment here just to see if one method is faster than another method. And the last time I told you guys about the candle wax, when you get the cutting, you let it dry out for an hour or so and then dip it in warm candle wax. And it's hopefully, as you guys can see, it really prevents root rot from starting. So I don't see any root rot at all. So that candle wax is really working nicely for that part that I cut off. I'm just gonna add the Perlite in here. So I still have a cutting on the mother plant that I did not take off. Like I said, I'm just seeing what method is faster. I just kind of wanted to experiment along with you guys and figure out what works the best. So far, I am liking the Perlite a lot for the one that I did cut off the mother plant. Sphagnum moss is good also, but it seems like it's much slower than the Perlite. But the other cutting that I will want to get off the mother plant, I do still have that one in sphagnum moss, and then I do have one that's in Perlite. So I'm just kind of experimenting to see. So after you cover the plant up with your moistened Perlite, I put it in this Ziploc bag. That way the humidity, it'll create its own humidity. And with this one, I haven't had to re-moisten it because the condensation that is created from the humidity in the bag is enough to keep your Perlite moistened. So I haven't had to re-wet it or anything like that, which is kind of nice. So I'm just gonna zip this all the way there. I mean, you can unzip it a little bit more, that way it has some airflow, but it has airflow through that little hole where the stem is. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, you'll see the condensation start to get created in there. I'll check back on this in another week. It's not ready for its soil, so I'm gonna let it simmer and cook for a bit longer. And I will touch back with you guys hopefully in another week or two. This will be ready. But yeah, just wanted to give you guys an update. All right, till next time, don't forget to hit that bell button, subscribe, so that way you won't miss out on the update on this. All right, see you later.